Hi, I'm Ray Richardson from Force for Events, and I'm just hopping on here to share with you some launch tips and tricks and advice. I frequently do that via an email. If anyone would like to receive it, I'll share a link in the comments. But super quickly, wanted to share with you 6 ways to launching. So what often happens when I work with my clients is that they come to me overwhelmed, feeling like they can't do their launching, or they can't launch their course because they're trying to follow a particular method or process that just doesn't agree with them, doesn't work for them. It's too overwhelming and it's too stressful. They're feeling burnt out and they'd like to find a different way. So what we firstly what we do is actually find out the ways to that you can launch, because there is no one way of doing something. There are loads of different ways, and it's about finding the way of launching that works for you, that you enjoy. And at the end of the day, if you enjoy something, your energy and sort of happiness and that will catch on with your audience and they will engage that much more. So it's really key finding the way to launch your course or your group program in the way that you enjoy. And the top 6 ways to launch that I sort of help my clients with day in, day out is a challenge launch. So you can launch your course or your group program through a challenge launch. And what that means, it could be a challenge for 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 4 weeks, whatever it might be, where you get high engagement, you share lots of value, lots of content with your audience, and you help them to go from one step to the next step of whatever journey transformation that you're offering for them. So that is really sort of engaging, really high energy kind of way of launching. Another way to launch is through a workshop, and that's one of my favorite ways to launch. And what that means is inviting your audience to engage with you, to connect with you, to join you on an experience or an event. Where you will showcase something, you will teach them something, share your wisdom around a particular subject. Again, you can take them on that transformation journey, step 1 to step 2 during this particular event. But why that's my favorite way of launching is that when they are in the same room with you or on the Zoom call with you, you can really engage and get that live feedback with your audience. And that's a really special way of connecting with your audience. And also just you showing up and also showing your way of sharing your wisdom and your way of helping someone through a particular stumbling block or barrier that they're facing. So that's a really powerful way of engaging with your audience. Another way to launch is a webinar series. Now you can run this live, or you can do a pre-recorded webinar series and launch your course or group program at the end of the series. Another way is to run a perhaps 1-day summit or a festival or a conference with multiple speakers and multiple experts in the field, perhaps a multiple, maybe if you're collaborating or partnering with any businesses that speak to the same audience, you could invite them to take part in this event. And as a result, you get more exposure, you get a bigger audience, and you share audiences between you as well. So that's a really nice collaboration kind of way to launch. And the final one that I wanted to just drop in there is a soft launch. Now, this one works really well for evergreen programs, memberships, or things that stay open all the time. There is no time pressure or urgency necessarily to sign up to something right now, right there. So that sometimes could be a negative, is that there is no pressure to sign up. But what some of my clients really enjoy is the fact that that pressure is also taken away from them to try and get those, 5 signups, 100 signups, 1,000 signups, whatever it might be. So a soft way to launch is when you're unveiling a piece of news or your course or your program in a slow kind of way through the different channels that you might be using. So those are the key ways that, or the most favorite, most popular ways that I help my clients with